With only 10 ingredients and about 5 minutes of your time, you can have the most delicious, moist chocolate cake of your life. And that's what we're about to make today. And those 10 ingredients are 2 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1.5 cups of liquid. Here I have instant white coffee. The coffee will not affect your children. The caffeine in the coffee is just like the way they take Coke. It's very little, but you won't taste it, but it makes the cake taste very good. And then here I have 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, and we're going to have 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 3/4 cup of oil, and that's it. So the first thing you're going to do, preheat your oven at 180 degrees, and then let's grease our pan. So the first thing to do is to pour all the ingredients into a mixing bowl, apart from the vanilla essence, the 3 eggs, and half of your coffee. The simplicity of this recipe is unmatched. I'm telling you, there is no need to sift nothing. No need to pour the ingredients in any order. You just dump everything. Just set aside the 3 ingredients and dump all the 7 ingredients into the bowl. And then if you're not comfortable with the coffee, you can use any other liquid like milk, just plain milk or water. I learned this recipe from my niece about 10 years ago, and I'm telling you, it is my go-to, as in like I can do it with my eyes closed, and it works every single time. Once everything is in the bowl, I'm just going to mix, and you can either use a hand mixer or just by hand. If you're using a hand mixer, literally just mix for just 2 minutes until everything is just incorporated. 2 minutes of mixing, and here we go in with our remaining 3 ingredients. That is our vanilla essence, our 3 eggs, and the remainder of our coffee or whatever liquid you've decided to use. Be sure you stick to the end, because I can't wait to show you how I tried to be fancy with this cake and it sort of backfired on me. But I want to hear your opinion on this, so just stay tuned. Okay, so now everything is in the bowl, and it just mixed again for another 2 minutes. Now I feel like I added a bit too much liquid, and it's just a bit runny here, but it's fine. I think I would advise just put in the liquid a little bit at a time so that it's not this runny. Just a little less runny would be fine, but this is also okay. And now time to pour into the baking pan. I mean, how easy was that? And just to bounce it on the pan, on the counter, just to remove any extra bubbles. You guys, my baking pan leaks. I don't know why, since I bought it, but it still bakes. So you know, I'm okay with that. I'm baking it for 50 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade until a toothpick or whatever that is just pushed in comes out clean or with very little crumbs. Normally in all my life, I would just serve this cake just plain, the way it is. But I've decided that today I'm feeling fancier than usual. Maybe it's because it's my birthday week and I'm like, you know what, let's just take this a notch higher. So I am making this simple glaze. And I'm doing this by putting my bowl over a pot of boiling water. And I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, or just any cooking bar of chocolate that you've cut up into pieces. That's okay. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of milk, and I'm going to mix until everything is nicely melted and mixed well together. Once the chocolate chips and the milk are nicely melted and mixed, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of butter and then mix it again until I have this delicious running consistency. Meanwhile, I have let the cake to rest in the tin for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now what this does is it helps the cake to just become a bit more firm, because I've tried removing cake when it's still hot from a tin and it just falls apart immediately. So I found it's important to just let it rest in the tin for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then once that is done, I'm going to remove it and now let it dry on a rack for about another 30 minutes. I need it to cool down completely before I can glaze it. The sides of this cake are a bit messed up because I put in the, what do you call it? This paper. You know this paper here. I put it a bit higher to avoid the cake from the batter from leaking. But oh well, here we are. Now I just have deep gorges inside on the sides of my cake. But that doesn't affect the taste, guys. Don't let it fool you. And now what I'm doing is I'm chopping up some chocolate chips that I intend to use for decoration to add texture to our final product. Now our cake is finally nicely cooled, and I'm trimming off just a little bit from the top so it can be a bit more even. And then I want to turn it upside down and start decorating. I'm feeling so fancy today. So I'll just pour this beautiful glaze on top, and I'm going to spread it all round. As I say, this is completely optional, but you know, I'm feeling fancier than usual. Okay, this glaze is absolutely giving, and yeah, I like how shiny it is. If only my cake was not so bumpy, but you know what? I have a solution. Now that my cake is looking all nice and glazed, I want to put it in the fridge to set for about 30 minutes so the glaze can, cool down and set and become a bit harder. And now that that's done, here is where my genius is coming forth. Are you even ready? Let me tell you guys, I was going to use these chocolate chips like to make a border on top of my cake, because I'd seen someone do that on YouTube and it was looking so good. But then my cake came out with all these deep gorges. You remember when we were learning in geography, we had gorges and I don't know what craters, all those on the sides of my cake. So I'm like, okay, so let me just use these chocolate chips to just hide all these. So I'm sticking them on the sides. Oh my gosh, I think it was a total miss. I should have just let the cake the way it was. I don't know. I was just trying to impress the people of the internet. So, do you think I should have added the chocolate chips on the side or left it with the glaze only? Please let me know. Also, learn from me. Now is the moment of truth. Oh my goodness, it's so nice and soft. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, it is so chocolatey. I cannot describe how chocolatey this chocolate cake is. What? Oh, the glaze. But even before you get to the glaze, the cake itself. Wait first, wait. Hold that thought. Let me taste just the cake. What? Please try this. This will be your go-to cake forever and ever. Okay? And if you want to see how we also make our own yogurt, check out this video and I'll see you over there. Bye.